confident SMG seem to be. You know, T1, just another team after. It's like a full sentence, man.
Who thought that was a good idea, John?
Mama, ako DTI.
Hey, it's the light novel meta. You know, a lot of light novels might as well just be a sentence strapped onto a book. That's what they're doing now, and you can see why that's taking up Cuckoo's time. If the title's that long, the anime must be a longer watch as well. Maybe.
I imagine so, as mid lane, Raging will run up to Carl, but it'll be much too... Oh, they actually went with the Cuckoo photo. I didn't know they went with this sticker.
Yeah.
That just makes it even better for me. So I'm going to have to take the wallet out right after this game, John. T1. Fantastic, fantastic job. Oh, that Cuckoo face. You know, sometimes, John, you do something stupid when you're young. You've just got to embrace it. You know?
Oh, yeah.
Just embrace it.
Pretty much. They've even got the ignition sticker out as well for Whitemon.
Oh, goodness me. It's the Cuckoo face, though. It kills me. It's killing me.
Can you imagine you go gank in, get the kill, just drop this? Don't even drop it after the kill, just drop it in the gank, right when you go in, just drop it. Who cares about actually using your spells? Just use the sticker.
That's why I'm going to buy it. Mid lane, Carl and Raging will give each other a high five as we do get into it. Top lane, there could be some action though, as Arthur has shown up with mid one and Roging. They do land a Starbreaker onto Whitemon, but Arthur, he's dropping very low now, and First Blood will already go the way of Zephyr. They might find Whitemon, but it is going to be a much better trade here for T1 as they do
at this point in the game, so you can make it hard for mid one to farm.
They've got Whitemon, he'll try to Fairy Fire up and run out with the kinetic field, but Raging, he's on the chase. He'll keep going for this, but the south is out Raging. He may have gone too far, and he has. Oh, Whitemon, the ignition god, strikes once again. Savage gets to work, and the Disruptor will walk away with a kill. Fu and Raging not going to be too happy with that.
It's a big sacrifice to make. Weaver's timings are going to be really important. He does have the earn up. So he was kind of maybe gunning just for the charge to be up and running so that he could apply even more pressure onto Savage. But while they chase him down, you know, Savage gets to farm up, although he gets left alone now, is punished. At the least, you do find that core trade in the end.
Yeah, I mean, he is still level 2. Doesn't have that level 2 morph up yet, so Arfu taking full advantage just by himself. A very nice play there from the Dawnbreaker as Whitemon. Looks like he's still trying to deny himself off this tier 2 tower.
He still has a wave clearing out the creep wave and getting his EXP up and farm going as well. And he's not really being rotated on. I think that's the one thing that supports on T1 here.
He's in trouble, John. They might dive in for this. He's got stick charges, and in fact they won't. One trying to bait them forward as now Zephyr may have gone too forward. With that poison touch, they've just got so much slow here from Roger. Zephyr might just turn now though. Roger, have you gone too far? He'll try and keep going, but it's not going to be enough. Hands up from Zephyr, but no high five will come. But he got something better, John. He'll get the kill onto Roger, and he'll get a free salve out from Cuckoo.
They get to stay in lane. They're really low here for mid one. All out region, only having Fairy Fire. Did you manage to get the dive bot though?
Yeah, Raging Potato able to pick one up here onto Whitemon, so a bit of sweet revenge now as they do move in onto Savage. They do have the earn up there on Raging. They want to try and take down this Morphling while they still can. Do they have the damage output? Well, they're going to try, but Savage does get the start out. Raging is completely committed to trying to make sure he does secure this kill, and in the end they might just find it. Great persistence out from SMG. Does end up paying off in the end.
And it's an interesting trade-off from both sides, right? Like, you're not killing off the Medusa, but she's not farming very well. You are killing off Seth.
Again, jumped here with the poison touch, but to be just fine. As a lot of action at this top lane, considering you do have a Medusa. You'd expect a bit more passiveness, but not quite, especially from T1 as they make the jump in again onto mid one. He does have some stick charges, but nowhere near enough as Zephyr. He does end up dropping the sticker.
Everyone's going to have that sticker. Or at least T1's going to have to maximize it. SMG, it's still an even game. Again, you're trading off your cores here in the safe lane. It's 5-5. Both offlaners having a splendid time. Although T1 are still going here, just applying pressure onto Raji, but mid one's back to do some damage as well.
Yeah, but Zephyr's already got Roger here, I think. Cuckoo will jump in with a scream out, and Roger is going to drop. Zephyr now 4-0-0 on this Korean. And you heard him earlier on in the little content piece there is, in fact, hold that thought, because mid lane Carl, he does end up finding Moon on the Ember. He might die to Arfu though, but he'll just try and run Arfu in terms of CS, but Carl's got him very aggressive now. 38 and 22 on the Razor is the CS score here for Carl. You might look for rotations as the Razor if you feel like it. I mean, top lane does look kind of juicy.
Cannot mess the golden.
At least for now, though, he'll stick around mid. Bot lane, Savage. Chase down here by Raging, but not going to lead to much as top lane. Passive as well right now, but Zephyr is setting up onto Roger again. Look at the amount of damage with the Sonic Wave out. Roger just completely disappears as mid one cannot do anything to help out. Such a rough laning stage thus far for SMG, at least this top lane. And again, there's just nothing they can do about it. That's knock up, chains are out, perhaps they can do something, but Cuckoo will make a run now with the blink up, but Moon does have the haste rune up, so eventually Cuckoo will drop. Nice rotation out from Moon, an immediate remnant back towards the mid lane.
That's what we needed to see from SMG. They need to get going on. Moon needs to make these plays on the side lanes and relieve some of that pressure on mid one. He's at that point where he can do that. Phase boots up. We'll see if he'll rush the Javelin next. They are going up.
Carl, that's a big pick off mid lane. He's the highest CS on the board right now. Carl, he has no chance of survivals. They just dive him. SMG starting to get aggressive on their own end of things. In fact, they might even go after Whitemon now, or even Cuckoo. Queen of Pain as they do show up to make sure they defend this mid-tier 1 tower. But Raging, he will Sakuchi through and just get the vision out with the Spirit Vessel already up. He's got plenty of damage available, but he may have gone too far now. And Zephyr, he's going to be around, but they will glimpse him back. Whitemon, though, still going to go down as Arthur, able to pick up the kill with the Celestial Hammer, and now it's onto Zephyr. They found that pesky tree, and they should be able to get him too. And Carl, he's going to try and rotate. Back in onto Arthur they go. They will finally get the Dawnbreaker down.
You said, Mike, you know, this is going to be saving President Mid one. You know, he's under fire. You've got the spell to protect. So eventually, the juice can get to work.
Right now, Raging needs some saving. They are going to try, but this Solar Guardian not going to help Arthur too much. The tips do come out. Arthur is going to be able to run for a little bit, but the glimpse eventually is going to be back from Whitemon, and Arthur, they try to help, but they will both go. They are going to smoke up as 3 here. T1 may look to move into that dire triangle. The lines have been drawn out towards the bot lane, so it does seem like they want to try and go after Raging. Still up. Raging still very far forward here on this Weaver. Can they hold him down long enough? Whitemon does have that Static Storm available, and Raging, he will get inside for the time lapse. A little bit too early on. Carl, not going to be able to find him.
Middle tower is
Raging
under
fine
attack.
for now, but Zephyr, he's going to have a look through this tree line and eventually is going to spot him out. Raging, how well can you juke out? They'll drop down the center to give the vision over, and eventually they will catch up the Weaver, but now the rotation, they'll come in. SMG, they'll try to fight this one out, but it may have been wishful thinking as they'll lose 2 straight off the bat, and Moon, well, he'll be the 3rd. Oh, they tried. Smoke now out from SMG. Moon and Roger, they'll be on the run. See who they can find as Whitemon. He'll be around to break the smoke. They'll get him. Chains out, but Carl is right behind him. He does choose to help, but Remnant is forward. Static Storm, though, going to be dropped. Moon, he'll be trapped up, but there'll be no follow-up to it. So SMG, they get away with the Disruptor kill. T1, stand around, make sure those towers are defended. Although he may have gone too far, they should have the damage to try and take down this Razor. Zephyr though, he will drop the ult here, try to help out, but Carl, he's still ticking down. Remnants forward, Moon, so close yet so far. He needs a lot more ticket damage, but he's not going to be able to get it. Or maybe he can, but no, Carl! He will drop eventually, but Moon is the first one to go as Raging. He even snuck in from the backside to try and help.
Onto that Scotty. They've got the Ags up and running now on Afu, Mike. So there's evasion, there's additional healing coming through with the Solar Guardian. It's a lot harder to fight into that counter by SMG.
Top lane, Moon. Playing with fire. Yules is out. Static Storm dropped. He's got no way out of this one, surely. Roger's there behind him. They've got the shallow grave that they needed. He's still surviving though and will make it out. The Axe Solar Guardian from Afu just making it too hard to burst down Moon. Afu, he'll drop for the greater cause. You'll be happy with that as SMG. I suppose they could have relied on the shallow grave. And speaking of, Roger is going to get caught out by Cuckoo. Another great kill for T1. And can they find some objectives out of this? Mid lane. Carl, he's gonna get caught now. This is not what you want to see as T1, but Carl, he's a tanky target. He'll try to make a run, but eventually they will take him down. Still Savage, he'll get to work like a Giga Chat, just fighting against 3 heroes, but eventually we'll just have to let them go. Mid1 did have the Stone Gaze going. Gonna be very wary of the Petrify. Even as the Morphling is now raging. No, he's not gonna get caught. He's just fine, but now Whitebot does get the dust off. Has the glimpse back if he needs it. He'll drop the kinetic field. Raging has no way out now. Eventually will. A scary times for Moon as it feels like he's being hunted every chance they can get, and now knowing the BKB is down, they want to go for a big smoke up into that die triangle. Scan is out, they're going to find some targets so they won't break the smoke yet. They'll wrap around the long way and try to just sneak their way into that triangle, into mid-1 if they can. Great place from T1 so far as mid-1. He's going to be spotted, the jump is there, Silence out, Static Storm not going to hold him in, those moves back. He's out onto mid-1 now with the Static Link mid-1. He needs some help right here, right now. Solar Guardian, it'll come in and find more time as he survives, but he's completely out of mana. Shallow Grave now out though, he is still alive. Can they take him out? A big Sonic Wave from Kuku's mid-1. He is still trying, but eventually does end up dropping as now they'll turn their attention onto Raging Potato. He'll make it out. You just saw the strength of the survivability of this drop from SMG. I mean, that time around on it was not quite enough. But my god, it took them quite a while, as in fact, who else have they found? It's going to be Raging Potato. Savage, though, unable to finish the
to lock it up and running. Yes, Carl finds Raging Potato
cause a distraction here, ensuring that SMG cannot make their way to the pit. T1 should be able to get a very free Roshan for themselves. And in fact, they might find even more as Moon needs to be very careful. Raging, he'll make his way in, but he cannot get there. He will have to back. But now the Static Storm drop will force out the BKB out from Raging into the ulti out from Zephyr, holding it down. Hands up from Zephyr, and they've got the Weaver again. The T1 just completely outplaying the side of SMG. SMG with their draft, they are yet to show us how strong it can possibly be. T1 now going to get spotted out. Savage will move right in. They'll get the swarm out onto that Medusa. Roger will be right behind it. He needs to get within range now. But the Stone Gaze is going to be popped. Sonic Wave there. He's almost out of mana, but he is making his way out as Moon. He'll take the gank and just start fighting for his carry. Make sure he survives, and he does at least for now. But Savage, he's not done yet. On the Morphling moving back in, but it may have been a mistake. Can he survive through it? It's a lot of damage onto the Morphling, but Savage is still alive as mid-1. He's been used up again, just surrounded here by T1. He just can't catch a break, but they jump the backside. They make sure Roger cannot help out. Kuku just silencing off the Dazzle, and mid-1 does eventually drop. They have found Kuku though on that Queen of Pain, but T1 are happy to oblige and keep the fight going. Back onto the Ember. Moon, he'll barely survive, but Arfu cannot.
That's their best hold right now, and if you can't hold down a Morphling, if you can't hold down a Quap, you have an issue with just these softer heroes immediately melting or just being kited around, and SMG is going to have to find a way to fix that up, but it doesn't feel like they've got any easy items to pick to fix this.
Shotgun out onto mid-1, but Remnant's forward Moon. He wants to go for the fight. Right onto Wymoff with the BKB out. He needs to remove that Static Storm and roll it up again. Zephyr found it on the Shallow Grave. He will keep him alive, but now the Static Storm drop. They control Moon. He will end up dropping his Kuku. He'll jump right into the backside, right after mid-1 on that Dusa. But can they find it? BKB out, Carl. He'll go for the chase. Meanwhile, towards the south, they are dealing with Raging as Roger now. He will go down on that Dazzle. They'll leave mid-1 B as they'll try to go back in onto Arfu and just deal with that Dawnbreaker, and they may just as Arfu. He's been slowed up and is going to drop as mid-1. He thought he was safe from the high ground, but that is not going to be the case. Not against Master Kuku, who blinked right in but blinks right back out. He's just not confident when Roger does buy back on that Dazzle. So they'll go back after that T2.
And that's the most annoying hero. Sure, you could argue that it kind of leaves you vulnerable to the Weaver, but he's a much easier target to track.
slowed up here. Mid one, he'll go for the chases after. Will join. Savage, he's got the Aegis up, but he may lose one life. He needs some help right here, right now. He'll try to man fight back. It's not looking great for Cuckoo. He'll come in to try and help out. So they have lost the first life for Carl. He'll initiate as well. Back in onto that Medusa. Mid one, having all his damages sucked away from Carl as Afu. He'll pop the Solar Guardian and just trying to make sure that the Medusa does stay alive. But Afu, he dies mid-air. I've never seen that. He dies in the air.
Oh, that's a first. Just falls down.
I think it was the shadow poison.
Yeah, just tipped him out. Unfortunate. Oh, raging.
Yeah, raging's been caught. Cuckoo. He'll go for the chase. They're gonna find him. Whitemon. Sniff him out. Eventually does. Protection. Oh, they will now dust them out. Double dust, in fact, just in case they drop the static storm. Raging
Quite a long
Potato.
time. Hasn't been able to finish up the Maelstrom, so there's maybe a slight lack of damage if it's only the Weaver and Ember that can jump the backline first.
Got a big smoke up, and you look at Savage. Look what he's got in the bottle, John. He's got that double damage up on that Morphling. That's going to be a bit of a concern here for the side of SMGs. We've seen T1 happy to just snipe high ground. They sneak over. Nice ward out from Whitemon. That'll give the vision onto the Medusa. But instead, they might go for after another, or maybe not. Mid one, he's targeted. He's just been completely just taken out. As T1 delete him, SMG had no idea what was going on. They just did not react fast enough. They'll still try to fight, and the buyback is there from mid one. They've lost Arthur and Roger, though. Can they really take this fight? They're still going to try. Just chase down Carl and that Razor, but he'll be fine for now. And now the overgrowth out. Cuckoo with the Sonic Wave does take out Nerd, and they even found Raging. In fact, mid one, he'll be the fifth to drop. They call it. They have seen enough. And T1 make quick work of SMG in this game, number one. I'll tell you what, John, they may be watching anime after TI. It just doesn't seem to matter, though.
No, it certainly doesn't. Looks like T1 form is still in check. SMG